Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot, Friday afternoon, and a very hot and sticky Friday afternoon here where I am in South Africa, looking at a financial situation that Harry might be finding himself in. You might think it's a hot and sticky financial situation too. Tarot of the Golden Wheel still on the tarot table, little 5-card reading, looking at that visit that he made to firefighters in California, in LA. Very recently, when he should have been in court in London, he was actually visiting a group of firefighters, and it all looked very sweet and innocent. There was no sign of herself. She'd been left at home in the broom cupboard with her broomstick, and Harry was out on his own and petting dogs and standing, bashfully at the end of the line of firefighters, and it all looked quite sweet and innocent and well-meaning. Until those internet sleuths, those eagle-eyed internet sleuths, spotted what the fire chief had to say. I think it was on Instagram. He noted that they discussed the importance of peer support for first responders, and that raised all kinds of suspicions. Peer support, people wondering if that means coaching, meaning BetterUp. Was Prince Harry there as a royal to promote the services of BetterUp to the fire department? That is the question, the speculation we're going to look at today. Shameful if true, and we can only speculate about it. We don't know. That's not what royals do. Royals turn up when it's right timing for them to turn up. They raise awareness of things. They very often make private and very generous donations to things that they find particularly upsetting. It happens quite often that you read the King, the Queen, the Prince and Princess of Wales have made a private donation, generous sum to whatever world event, not just in Britain. They do help out wherever they can, as I say. Harry, nothing. We haven't heard. Apparently Meghan has given some old clothes, some shoes, coats, things like that, a small bag of second-hand clothes. Harry, so far, nada, as far as I know. I apologize if he has donated the entire settlement from NGN, from Rupert Murdoch, to fire relief efforts in California. There is quite a lot of pressure on him to do that, follow in his brother's footsteps and donate his settlement to charity. But really, the horror of it, if he's there exploiting his royal status to get a contract for BetterUp. That is what we're reading on, and because it's speculation, I need to say very clearly, this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion. It is all speculation. We just read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what's really going on. His relationship with BetterUp, was he there on business really? How he feels about that. We got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And is a juicy contract going to be forthcoming afterwards? Ace of Cups is loyalty, commitment, devotion, love, all of those beautiful things. It's in reverse. That tells me this is our underlying energy that colors all of the cards that I'm actually reading in this story. And it tells me that the concern, the going there to pet the dogs and all of the rest of it, in my opinion, is a bit of a sham, because the 8 of Cups is in reverse. That show of emotion, of compassion, the Ace of Cups is all about compassion, very pure love. It was possibly, in my opinion, not so compassionate after all, and not so pure after all. That is, of course, my opinion. Let us see the situation we're dealing with now. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with the 10 of Wheels. Catching. That's a big payday. That's a big prize. Huge. bigger, possibly, than the settlement that he got from NGN. 10 of Wheels is also the royal family. As I said, not what the royal family do. They don't show up at the scene of a disaster and say, well, we have developed this app, or our friends, our mates over there have developed this app, and I'm a paid member of the board, and here you go, why not try this? That's not what royals do. 10 of Wheels. I'm getting quite annoyed doing this reading. So let's have a look at Harry's relationship with BetterUp. BetterUp seem to have their own troubles, and according to employee reviews that are posted around and about. But let's see, what's his relationship like with BetterUp? And we've got the Empress in reverse. The Empress is all about money. It's about value. It's about abundance and spreading the love. It tells me that maybe things aren't quite so cozy between Harry and BetterUp now, that perhaps he hasn't been quite as fruitful and higher as they thought he was going to be. I do think he's brought contracts to them. I think the US Navy has signed up because of him. I think they've got a deal with the Invictus Games. I could be wrong. If I'm misspeaking, I do apologize. But that's what I vaguely remember. But it doesn't look like he's bringing in the giant amounts that they thought he was going to bring in. There is, of course, the little subtext, or the secondary energy of that Empress, that there might be some problems with Meghan being involved. I don't think she's really involved with BetterUp, but the trashy press reputation that she's acquired might be problematic for BetterUp. When I say trashy, that's the wrong word. I mean that she's supposed to be all loving kindness and Mother Teresa and with love Meghan and look at my cooking show, and then we hear dictator in high heels and the demon duchess and all of that. For a company that's promoting mental health to be associated with a woman who, by all accounts, is a terrible bully, who has caused her own staff members to seek treatment, counselling in the UK and the United States, doesn't bode well for BetterUp. So Harry has a problem with them. Was he there, wherever he was, precisely I'm not sure, was he there in his capacity as chimpo to promote BetterUp? I've got the Fool, and it's in reverse. The Fool is fresh starts, new beginnings, enthusiasm for something, off on a big adventure. It's quite innocent energy. When it's in reverse, it's everything but innocent. It's risky. It's deluded, misguided, stupid, taking the wrong path, doing something it shouldn't. The Fool can get himself into big trouble when he's in reverse. I don't like the energy. I do think that he wasn't there, particularly because I've got the Ace of Cups in reverse in this reading. My personal opinion, he was not there with the best possible motives. That's my personal opinion. Wheeled out, wound up, pushed out the door, off you go. You've got to go and make some money now. This is your chance. Grifter's gonna grift. That is my personal opinion based on reading tarot cards. So, how does Harry feel in his heart of hearts, knowing that this is not what the royal family is supposed to do? No wonder he stood there looking so sheepish. I've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, he knows this isn't right. This card showed up in the previous reading as well. Same, in reverse, Eight of Cups. Very miserable. Very. Can't get to a happy place at this point. This has made him feel, I won't say made him feel uncomfortable. It's just made him feel, I don't think shame is something that he really knows about. That's my personal opinion. So that's too strong a word. I think it's just made him feel more sorry for himself, that he's got to go and do these things. because this is now what his life is about. He can't show up with his medals in his uniform with a marching band and look at me, I've come to make you feel better just because of my presence, because I'm a prince of the realm. Now he's actually got to go and grift. And we know that he'd rather stay at home and play video games and make Megan get out there and earn the money. Vanity Fair told us that. But he is the one that had to be put the fresh battery in and send him out so he could go and do his little performance and perhaps get a contract for BetterUp. We're speculating. Of course, we will never know for sure. Well, we might know for sure. We might see a contract announced. So that's a final question today. These royal readings, are we going to get some sort of announcement, big juicy contract for BetterUp as a result of these fires and Prince Harry showing up to pet some dogs and stand in a queue in front of a fire truck? Are we going to see that? Wow, we got the Judgment card again. Also, the outcome of the previous reading, which was about Harry and his possible tax problem in the United States. The Judgment card in this context, I read as, yeah, we may well see some sort of big announcement. It's a huge card. The Judgment card is almost at the end of the major arcana. It has that energy of resolution in the terms of ending something, of this is what this has all been about and now we are judged on it. His performance will be judged, his work with BetterUp will be judged, they will be judged. It's positive though in this context. So I'm getting that there could be, and it's legal, the Judgment card, there could be a big decision. Judgment is about decisions. I was working my way towards that word. I was searching in my mind for it. A simple word, a decision, is not necessarily a simple thing to reach though, but it looks as if there is some kind of big decision here that might improve his standing with BetterUp, but it may not improve his standing in the wider world, because inherent in that Judgment card is being judged and found wanting, possibly. There is that potential in that card for me. Given our underlying energy, Ace of Cups in reverse, I do not like that. And some of the other energy on this tarot table, he knows that what he's doing is not what the royals do. 10 of Wheels sitting with the 8 of Cups in reverse. He knows it. He knows that he's done something potentially quite risky. We've got some big cards here. Empress is the interesting card for me on this tarot table because of the implication of his reputation being tarnished by association with an alleged bully, but also he just hasn't brought in the money that they thought he was going to. So that's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.